People who say they sleep like a baby usually don't have one. And I mention that because the Wycliffe Christmas card this year is a copy of this painting by our artist-in-residence David Clifton, which is a depiction of a very peaceful-looking Virgin and Child. And one could respond to a painting like that by saying, this is unrealistic, this is too good to be true, this is somehow cut off from the realities of the world. As one 15-year-old put it, if we could just get everyone to close their eyes and visualize world peace for an hour, imagine how serene and quiet it would be. Until the looting started, obviously. And isn't there something realistic about that which is rather lacking in an icon like this? In fact, doesn't the church generally paint too cosy and unreal a picture of the Christmas story? The little Lord Jesus, no crying he makes. Of course he cried, he's a baby for goodness sake. But I don't actually think that paintings like this are trying to deny that. The whole point of the Christmas story is that God came into the mess and pain of our world, shared that mess and that pain, and thereby brought that mess and pain into contact with the eternal God, which is precisely what it needs if it's to find healing, permanence, and purpose. What I think paintings like this are trying to capture is something of the peace that exists eternally in the person of the triune God, the peace that is his purpose for all his creatures, the peace that the incarnation brought into our world, the peace that Jesus left with his disciples at the Ascension. This year has seen war between nations in Europe for the first time in 75 years. We've had 75 years of saying this must never be allowed to happen again. But it has. Human beings do not seem capable of sustaining peace. That's why ultimately peace needs to come from the outside. Paintings like this remind us that peace is eternal, that it has come from outside, that it may take root within us, that it may bear fruit through us, and that it will finally prevail because it's more resilient than hatred, anger, or aggrandizement, as the resurrection proved. May you know that peace this Christmas and be agents of it in the new year. Happy Christmas.